You came to us in search of a purpose. And mark this, there is no purpose greater than ours. The world will founder without structure and discipline. It needs leadership to guide it to a new age of stability. It needs those with the will to stamp out the darkness that breeds in the cracks. We do this because we are compelled by tradition, by loyalty, by laws. Without these, we are just animals. Evil reigns over animals, corrupting and compromising, toppling empires. So our empire must be incorruptible, must be uncompromising. Our conflict must be a righteous one. Your conviction will be tested, but among us, your faith will be unshaken. Among the Templars.
Further developments in Tokyo, where the military is maintaining a heavily guarded perimeter around the site of last month's terrorist attack. The Japanese government has stated that an unidentified radical political group released a biological agent in the Tokyo subway, less than 1 kilometer from Orochi Tower. Although the area has been evacuated, there have been eyewitness reports of activity inside the perimeter, including ongoing fighting between Orochi security personnel and armed civilians. Authorities are denying these reports, and the military has barred anyone from approaching within 100 meters of the temporary perimeter.
You will see the end of days. you will see the dawning of a new age. To be a monarch or a beggar. To lose everything or to become a god. To stand with us or against us. The choice is yours. Remember this.
Be mindful of the voices.
Listen to the voices
They
that
will whisper
in your sleep.
You are with the chosen,
with
but
the chosen,
you must choose for
But you
yourself.
must make the right choices.
You are cursed with free will.
You are cursed with free will. We are here to guide you to the light.
It's not my place to intervene, but then this
Even if this is merely a dream.
Make the right
Make
choices.
the right choices. And be mindful of the voices that whisper.
They corrupt.
For they speak the truth.
Good afternoon. Are you... From the look of things, I guess that question is moot. Bee problem? There's a lot of that going around. I represent an organization headquartered in London, a very large organization with branches across the globe and connections in every government, although we see ourselves as a silent partner. We pull strings, big strings, prime ministers, presidents, kings. Dark days are coming. The world is in turmoil and we're recruiting. Soldiers, agents, adventurers, crusaders. And we offer good terms, a fresh start, a network unlike any other, unlimited resources, a fantastic medical plan, and a way to harness and use your incredible powers. It may be a big transition, but look at it this way. This is a unique opportunity. You have been chosen. You have been granted powers beyond what most can imagine. So you can either be an outcast in a world that will never understand or accept what you've become, or you can join others like you. Take a stand against the rising darkness, and embark on a journey into the unknown, into the hidden places, into the secret world. The choice, as we're so fond of saying, is entirely yours. But know this. Your emerging powers will attract plenty of attention, and not everyone is as accommodating as we are. On your own, you'll be easy prey. You might not last a week. This will get you where you need to go. There are instructions inside. Use it or don't use it, it's your prerogative. You won't see me again. I trust you'll make the right decision. By the way, our organization is called the Templars. You may have heard of us. We've been around a while. Good day.
Sorry, can't let you through without authorization. Look, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's not...
All right, lads, D.I. Shelley, they're with me. Do us both a favour and don't go flashing that letter around out here. The boys on the cordons haven't been briefed. As far as they're concerned, this is all just heightened awareness after the terrorist attack in Tokyo. But I don't deal with the bureaucracy. I deal with the truth. About the secret London. About the Templars. I'd say... I hope you know what you're getting yourself into. But you have no idea. Even I only get as involved as I have to, for the sake of us little people. You've seen it on the news. The Tokyo incident. That's what happens when your new crowd lets things get out of hand. Not here. Not on my watch. That's the deal. That's always been the deal. You'll be safe inside, Eldwick. Go see one of the prophets prophesying up the road by the tube station. They'll fill you in on the kind of crazy you've got ahead of you. Best be prepared. My sincerest condolences.
Stand back from the cordon, please. May I have a moment of your time?
First showing identities by noon. Viking, north at side, south at side, northwest 5 to 7, gale 6 at first. Occasional rain. Moderate or good, occasionally poor. 40s.
Too late to start recycling. To go to raves to save the gorillas. To catch out those announcy shares. There's a storm coming. Mundo storm. Paint your glass houses shut.
You don't have to take his word for it. This is a warning from the sun. It says it's old and tired and scared of death. It says you've lived as young gods for too long. Spoiled children who only need to wish for something and it'll come true. Well, those days are gone now and won't be here again. Sorry! I'll show you how it all goes down through the medium of unreliable narration. A vision of the future. This could be your lucky day. Tomorrow and all the ones after, not so much. It's a hot, wet day. You ever notice how the apocalypse always comes on a wet day? There's the smell of warm air and stale piss. The atmosphere is electric. I mean, actually electric, sparking off the tracks, lifting and snapping your hair. A voice over the speakers that you don't hear. You itch. The black signal sounds. Lights out.
It's all shut down. Kaidencho, everything. From the park to Arachi Tower.
SDF quarantine. Good news for Tokyo, bad news for us.
I thought the dragons thrived on chaos.
Someone once told me the Illuminati had all the answers.
They're saying a bomb. It's never just a bomb.
Something worse. Something that brought the filth with it.
So we fight. That's what us Templars do.
I enjoy a good fight, it's just these trousers are bloody velvet.
Sarah! Thank Gaia! If Zuberi was here, he'd tell us this is the worst time to argue.
Well, he's not. He's down there somewhere. Sarah, get your gun. Open the gate! Just get out! Please! Put the electric somehow!
Oh my god.
Watch out!
Nice shooting!
How many have they got in there?
It's gone viral so fast. If this gets out into Tokyo...
It doesn't. We stop it here, whatever it takes.
Thanks for the encouragement, Alex.
Let's do this. Take it like all the other occult disasters, right?
We really have to stop meeting like this.
Don't let it get on you. Don't even breathe in.
It's reacting to us. It knows we're coming.
It's a cancer. Cancer doesn't know you're coming, it just is. New plan. Fight chaos with chaos. Keep the bastards at a distance, then take them out.
That's your plan?
Well, it's a plan.
You've got points, Sarah. Make every shot count.
We're gonna need to use some heavier powers. Don't hold back, right?
I was pacing myself.
Listen, Sarah. You have to find Zuberi. We'll hold them here. Make a stand.
Cavalry has arrived. Even where the filth corrupts, Gaia's power endures. Take it into yourself. Breathe it out. Will this broken body mended? Hurry. We have no time to spare. Alright, good. But even Gaia will be tested by what is to come.
Making a stand? Wasn't working out.
Yeah, about that. This ain't looking much better, to be honest.
Now is not the time for argument.
Told you he would say that.
We must reach the next platform! Well done! It will not stop. This is all to hold us back. Top marks for effort. Someone has to push through. This confusion may be all the time we have.
Someone? Go! Go! Look out! It's all coming down!
You look like you've just seen the end of the cosmos, mate. I know the feeling. We're on the edge of it, and it's time to play your part, scene. Me and you, we're blood now, yeah? Templars for the win and that. Never mind. Looks like you've got some training to do before you're ready for your first kill. You want to do what your letter says. Go speak with Sonak at the Templars gaff. It's not far, you can't miss it. Honest, it's unmissable.
You?
Directions? I'm sorry. Do I look like I'm doing bloody walking?
One of these days, we should let Darkside flood and all the shit can float out. Were you on the dance floor at the Horned God last? Nope. Never mind. Fancy a drink later? Grab your Circo, you've pulled.
Come in. Come in. I'm very pleased you can follow directions on the back of a card. It is the basis for us getting along famously. Of course, with an establishment like this, we're practically in the yellow pages under Crusaders. Richard Sonak. So, you heeded our call to arms. You have questions, I can furnish you with answers. Some answers. To begin with, you haven't strayed into some atrocious Dan Brown airport paperback. We are not the Knights Templar. That particular appellation went out in the 1300s along with page boy haircuts and burnings at the stake. No, we run a 21st century, well, let's say a forward-facing organization, but one with its strength in ancient bonds of tradition, in loyalty, in blood, and, to be perfectly frank, in a sizable private army. Our firm guidance is needed to save the world from itself. We have kept the matters of squabbling secret societies and loathsome dimensions discreet. Until the shadows began to peel back across the globe, until these darkest of days came upon us. Now, the evidence is on television, for pity's sake. We are at war. Might will make right, and it will fall upon us to judge the correct application of might. It falls upon you as a soldier of the Templars. Show me that you have the will, and we can teach you the way. Your remarkable powers can be honed and controlled, at least to less disastrous effect on property values. There is a private training area which we have reinforced for just that purpose. Come back and see me after. Hello. You should know that I am internally busy, but for my sins, I prefer a more civilized mode of correspondence than rsonic@thetemplars.org. So while my time is limited, my door will always be cautiously ajar. Your smooth transition into the Templars is among my top priorities. Certainly in the upper percentile. Should you be unsure of the correct conduct in any situation, come to me in the first instance. We can speak in confidence and largely without judgment. I would take pains to understand. I accepted this position because I saw a new way for the Templars to achieve our old potential. Ours is an organization with no shortage of history. Some might say too much history. But you are our future. Don't squander it. You're quite safe here in London. The old girl is a marvel of arcane geometry, thoroughly warded for your protection and by degrees for ours. Londoners are of special mindset, oblivious to practically any outrage beyond raised congestion charges. Thus, over time, it has become the de facto capital of the secret world. All are, I wouldn't go so far as to say welcome, but permitted. Be assured that none would dare challenge our authority, not here where Temple Hall casts a long shadow. Personally, I frown on architectural bullying, but if one absolutely must throw one's weight around, it pays to erect a cathedral too. Regardless, we Templars should be seen to uphold the truce, so it is vital that you do not cause a scene in public. If you are truly champing at the bit to rough up your rivals, I'm sure Dame Julia could use you. The more unsavory elements about town might also run some form of fight club. Naturally, we would not condone such an event, were it even to exist. You'll find the locals outside of Temple Court to be a motley crew, but they are harmless, mostly harmless. They are under our protection and no better than to mess on our red carpet. Obviously, any opinions they impart on our order or the secret world at large should be taken with a helping of salt. Still, in the interests of full transparency, I won't try to dissuade you from hearing dissenting opinions. Take Conrad Engel. Someone ought to. The man is a great diplomat, a mentor to me, and a close personal friend. Regrettably, he has been less diplomatic with his views on Templars policy. It earned him an extended sabbatical, which he seems determined to spend debating Nietzsche with a pint glass. An ever so Germanic funk. You must be single-minded, but I want you to arrive at that single-mindedness yourself. To a refined palate, propaganda leaves such a bad taste. I shall risk the assumption that you're not a skeptic. It will make explication easier on both of us. Someone I trusted dearly once told me, "There are no monsters, only us." Advice to live by. But from here on in, you'll find things have a slight tendency towards complicated. Our world is a strange, dark place, and its strangeness is currently accelerating, to say nothing of the darkness. Every myth, every legend, every dirty limerick created to make sense of what is unknowable and unfair, it's all true, or at least sufficiently true to cause alarm. There are monsters. Fewer now, as over the centuries we Templars have done our bit to thin the numbers. But the reality you believed balances quite precariously over the reality you choose not to. You guard that balance now. I trust that you'll come to think of this opportunity as a blessing. A curse would be to have this awareness, yet do nothing. I'm courting accusations of bias here, but you have made the right choice by coming to us. The proper choice. The other societies are barely capable of governing themselves, let alone the world. What we possess above them is not measured in wealth, land, or resources. As if in some cosmic game of risk, it is conviction. Our mission is, as it always has been, the destruction of evil in all its forms. We have auditioned many methods for this mission and speaking candidly to different degrees of success. In our less celebratory moments, Templars have been accused of irrational zealotry, of blinkered intolerance, of fascism. Our line in decor doesn't do us any favors on the latter. I'm telling you this for the sake of background reading. Strive for purity of thought, and purity of action will follow. Impress this on your fellow Templars and on all others by example. I'll take your question, but you should appreciate this is a difficult topic within the establishment. The bad blood between our two societies is positively virulent. It goes far beyond some catty mid-Atlantic feud, even if the British have elevated holding grudges over the revolution to an Olympic sport. No, this is rooted in the 13th century, when Templars' empire was ascendant from the Bosporus to the Orkney. Illuminati, already well versed in throwing any game they cannot possibly win, conspired to turn all the societies against us. How to express our most abject of defeats? We got served. The balance of power was swept from the table, never to be recovered. In the chaos, they wormed into the New World, and it would be impolitic to call them a peculiar American phenomenon, but I suppose I just did. The American dream, freed from the shackles of dignity and responsibility. Never forget what drives them. They dress Ivy League, but are the frat boys spiking Lady Liberty's drinks with Rohypnol at a wet t-shirt competition. They are ruin. To be blunt, little concrete information exists on the Dragon. They thrive on their own mystique. They are variously believed to be a fringe society of inscrutable Zen mystics, or a cell of dangerous anarchic extremists. It seems increasingly possible for them to be one and the same. Since we withdrew from the Kowloon in '97, the Dragon have gone unchallenged in the Far East. But their brand of quiet terrorism is spreading outwards, I suppose almost virally. When we attempted to trace their movements, find some insight or pattern, it produced only circles. Discounting them as a major threat to our plans may have been ill-advised. Certainly they have proved adept at undermining them, but I don't presume to make our strategy. I can only observe how the Dragon rush to fill the void left by our more public struggles. I say, fill the void. Though the curious thing is, they do nothing, as if the void itself was enough. I would prefer not to dignify the thieves and murderers of the Phoenician Navy with an introduction. Sadly, as chivalry endures, so too does piracy. There are mercenary sans frontiers, sans loyalties, even to the highest bidder. Wherever there is a claim to jump, you can rely on their tasteless gold-ringed fingers to be stained with either dirty money or blood. Over the past millennia, the Phoenicians have been allowed to perpetuate their larceny for two reasons. The one discussed in polite company is that we cannot dredge the seven seas to track them down. The other, that their undeniable talent for dirty work is a valuable commodity among the more morally challenged members of the secret world. We, of course, do not make deals with grave robbers, particularly ones who are still tiresomely sore over the fracas at Carthage. All things considered, they got off lightly with a spot of earth sorting. The regulating body of the secret world convenes in ancient Venice. You might think this would make diplomatic duty an easy sell. I assure you from experience, the charm quickly fades. All societies have representatives on the council, arguing cases and contributing to the air of ritual theatrics. The masks are the votes, or the votes are the masks. I forget now. Normally, I would applaud resistance to going digital, but Venice's backlog stretches to the Bronze Age. You see, at the time of its formation, the council was small, and the secret world simpler to conceal. But our modern lives have proved much less forgiving of the scientifically impossible. In attempts to compensate, Venice have introduced more and more layers of middle management. The net effect is that nothing brought before the council is ever decided. Their only real achievement is in preventing all-out war between the societies. For that, we are grateful.
Let's keep the streets clear.
Christ almighty, we've got our work cut out for us. The Crucible is my house, and in my house, my word is law. Forget your mother's teat. From now on, this is your home. This is where you learn to stay alive. You've come here an empty slate. You have potential, that's why you were recruited, but that potential needs strict guidance. You're a loaded weapon, and if you don't learn to control yourself and channel your powers, you'll end up hurting yourself or others. You have the ability to manifest anima, your life force in the physical world, to enhance your strength, your physical attributes, to do magic. Martial magic, none of that fairy stuff. Whatever trinket you hold in your hand is merely a way to direct your powers. We don't do magic wands here. Through your weapon, you channel and wield your magic. And never mind why this power has been awakened in you. You're not the only one, and you're not the chosen one. You're part of an army. Our army. And from now on, you'll do what you're told. It's the way of the Templars. Consider this your playground. It's not like being out in the front lines, but is close enough. We have a choice of weapons for you to practice with.
Try as many as you wish. You want to make sure you're comfortable with your weapon. It'll be the only thing between you and a trip to the graveyard. Those things are called Rakshasa, the basic hellhounds. We keep them chained. They used to make such a mess of the new recruits. Use them for target practice. Don't worry, they don't feel a thing, and they're unworthy of mercy. Spend your time in the Crucible well. There's no point rushing things. Out there, the demons aren't chained up, and you don't have me around to save your sorry ass. Go on, get started. I'll offer some guidance along the way. The magic of chaos is the magic of up-close trickery and defense. Summoning magical weapons and drawing your enemies towards you, you'll always find yourself in the middle of the action. From now on, this is the most important room in the world for you. It's a place where you can try out all your newfound power without risk of hurting yourself. With the help of a few props, we've done our best to make the environment as realistic as possible. The demons are tied up, but they bleed the same. You'll find a diverse selection of weapons for you to practice and get comfortable with. Work hard, channel your anima correctly, and you'll find the one that suits you. And if you ever wish to explore other paths, you should return here. From now on, this is the most important room in the world for you. It's a place where you can try out all your newfound power without risk of hurting yourself. With the help of a few props, we've done our best to make the environment as realistic as possible. The demons are tied up, but they bleed the same. The shotgun. A great weapon for dealing with multiple enemies and controlling crowds. If you wield it with skill and precision, you'll be able to use cone attacks to take down multiple enemies. Just be aware that many shotgun abilities have a relatively short range. Here, you'll need this. It's how you get your instructions and submit your reports. Don't go off the grid. You'll find that nobody here likes a loose cannon. Go on now.
Welcome to the Council of Venice Digital Archives, and your online guide to surviving the secret world. Character skills. This is the character skill interface. You can train your weapon and talisman skills using skill points. You receive a new skill point when your experience bar fills up. Every weapon has 2 different skill paths. These will vary based on weapon type, although damage is always one of the 2 paths available. Distribute your skill points in order to focus on a specific playstyle. The higher your weapon skill, the higher quality weapons you can equip. You will also need to put skill points into your talisman skills in order to equip higher quality talismans. Whenever you see the skill point icon, make sure to open the character skill interface in order to distribute your new points. For more information on character skills, please access the Council of Venice archives. Welcome to the Council of Venice Digital Archives, and your online guide to surviving the secret world. The Ability Wheel. This is the Ability Wheel. The Ability Wheel is where you will train new abilities. Abilities are trained using ability points. You get additional ability points by gaining experience. When your experience bar reaches a threshold, you will receive a new ability point. As you train new abilities, you can drag these onto your ability hotbar. There are 2 types of abilities, actives and passives. Active abilities are triggered using keyboard shortcuts, or by clicking the icons on the ability hotbar. Your passive abilities are automatically activated when equipped. Active abilities are linked to weapons. You must equip the correct weapon in order to use your abilities. You can equip 7 active abilities and 7 passive abilities simultaneously, along with 2 weapons. Keep an eye on your ability point counter. When you have new points available, you can train new abilities and expand your skill set. For more information on the Ability Wheel and abilities in general, please access the Council of Venice archives.
The time has come to discuss your upcoming excursion to the colonies. I'm afraid it's business, not pleasure. Recently, a small island community on the New England coast dropped off the map. You can disregard the tiresome government cover-ups. There are dark forces at play. Solomon Island is a rock with infamy. In the past, it was trafficked by the Illuminati before they joined the rush to New York. You should be aware that we have history with the Illuminati. Acrimonious history. Of course, under the flag of truce, we have spat and made up. And now we are the closest of enemies. All smiles above the table and drawn knives beneath it. Illuminati are reckless and cannot be relied upon to clean up their own messes. We must find the root of whatever doom has come to Solomon Island. But let me stress that this is not a rescue operation. Should there be survivors, you cannot announce that you've been chosen to deliver anyone from evil. Joan of Arc did, and look where that got her. Our goal is the salvation of all mankind, not on a case-by-case basis. I understand that may stick in your throat, but, well, halos are fading all over town now that there is so much more at stake. Leave as soon as you can. Your travel arrangements have already been made at the Eldwick Underground. I'll be in touch. Ask questions.
I don't suppose you've seen talking lately. Use a little more red.
Hello? Yes? Now, this is the Hollow Earth, Agartha. I do hope you're not here for the local service. It's running somewhat tardy. And by my watch, it's 100 years overdue at 1/4 the hour. Judging from the cut of you, you're more of a world traveller. Well, you've come to the right place. This underground realm, like the Great British Rail System, is the very model of efficiency. Agartha's thoroughfares sprout from the Tree of Life and connect back to the surface. Distance and time bend in here. Why, you can cross the globe in a brisk walk. Of course, it's perfectly safe. No one's entirely sure how it works. Quite bedeviled, the science boffins, but I'm assured they have their top men on it. Top men. Now, you'll need one of these. Mind your fingers. Thank you. Fascinating devices. Fortunately, there's still enough to hand out like sweets. Consider it your anchor to the Hollow Earth. It can return you here in a flash, proverbially and quite literally. Well then, onwards to the New England coast, what? Come along, come along. I suppose one day my services will no longer be required to man the platforms. Modernisation encroaches on us all. Ticket machines, indeed. Good for addition, I don't doubt. Always with the correct change. Yet somewhat lacking in the human touch. Like my thunderous mechanical companions here.
Oh, I doff my cap to them, though. For how many centuries they patrolled these stations alone, who can say? I pride myself on punctuality and dedication. They are the original article. What faces they must have seen. Many gentlemen explorers, ladies too, have stepped before you into Agartha's honeyed halls. That pleasant Norwegian chap, for one. Amundsen. Yes, you're in fine company. Fine company indeed. A voucher ticket machine wouldn't tell you that. You'll get used to the balmy temperature. It's for the bees. They prefer it. Their honey is remarkable, though the aftertaste, a little like machine oil. Her Majesty once commented favourably on Agartha to me. A work of quite miraculous craftsmanship. I believe to tour it was one of her few joys after Albert passed. Well, try not to approach all this as something unnatural. It may not follow the accepted theories of the Earth's consistency. I assure you, though, it is very much a part of our world. Over the years, these halls have expanded and contracted with the growth of the tree. Like breathing, I expect. Fresh branches find their way to the surface, to many different surfaces. The older growth, further down, leads to other places in other times. Stacked like those Russian dolls that were all the rage in Paris. Why, I encountered myself as a young man once. Curious thing. Topside speaking, I admit to falling a touch behind the times. Out of date. Well, you understand, though, a massive flora-mechanical network won't run itself. One always finds something needing doing down here. I'm certainly more of a groundsman than an engineer. And were we vanished from the world, perish the thought, Agartha would still perpetuate. A golden age without tarnish. I say without tarnish, but in confidence, troubling events are afoot. Tremors like a distant thunder. Outpourings of an horrific black water. I believe it gathers far beneath us in great reservoirs. And yet I haven't the nerve to put that theorem to the test. Well, listen to me go on about the rot in the tree of life. You have so many pressing cloak and dagger affairs to see to up there in the world of man. I shouldn't think there's anything to worry about. Not yet.